Here we go. Okay, hello everybody. We are live from Montreal, Canada, and this is JeffreyCast back in Shutdown, episode number 4.
Hello, JeffreyCast, episode number 4.
Number 4.
Oh, why is the guy sad?
Notice the angry face because back in Shutdown. Notice the angry face.
I see.
Okay, and I have with me, guest Victoria B. Local Montreal comedian, and co-host of the Dirty Four podcast. And she has her own podcast, Shooting the Breeze with Victoria, which is every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and she features different comedian every weekend. And also Salad Tossers. Yeah,
Salad Tossers with Lucy Gervais. That's on Wednesdays at 6.
Yeah.
And then on Thursdays, I have movie trivia night at 9. And then Victoria Shoots the Breeze on weekends. It's tomorrow morning, I have Leo Clark coming in. And then on Sunday, I have Ben Cardilli. And you were there once.
Okay, yeah, which I was... a guest on her show about, I think it was about, 2 weeks ago, I think.
I mean, time has no meaning anymore. I have no idea.
Time is meaningless. What's the meaning to life? What's the meaning? What's the meaning of life, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, so there's been a couple in the news, in the media. There's been a couple of a lot of hoopla about there's this new here's this new Netflix Borat called Borat.
Yeah,
and supposedly there's a whole hubbub about Rudy Giuliani, and there's one scene where this girl walks into the room. She walks in naked, and they shout out, "She's only 15. She's too old for you." And then he puts his hand down his pants. You know, it's like this, like really, which he denied, and gaslighted the shit out of that. And so I was thinking, like I wrote to a friend in Ontario in an email. I said, most people, they get caught with their pants down. Not Rudy Giuliani. He gets caught with his hand down his pants.
Gross.
I guess he was he was looking for his stimulus check.
That's really good. That's good. I love Borat so much, though. I mean, I was watching like old. Remember when like Borat did like these little sketches only, like it wasn't a movie, and like there was one where he like went to England, and he's talking to like university professors and telling them like, oh yeah, Borat doesn't understand why there's women in the university. So the university professor's trying to explain to him that like women are allowed an education and stuff. And then Borat says like, but they're not smart. And then the university professor says, no, women are smart. They're just not as creative as men. And he's like putting down women. Oh, it was so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also you heard of Jeffrey Toobin. Now also trending in the news about this Jeffrey Toobin from CNN. He was caught jerking off in a Zoom meeting. So
I heard about something like that.
So I saw one. It was really funny. I saw a podcast by this comedian Jimmy Dore, who has a podcast, and he was talking about. He was talking about Jeffrey Toobin, and it was so fun. The way he was making fun of it was like so hilarious,
Oh man, but I mean, like lockdown, I guess, is taking long enough that They're you know, they miss harassing people at work. Now they have to do it on Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
Must be hard.
So like the other night when my wife saw it in the news, she said, is it normal for men to do that on a
Zoom meeting?
I said no. Like, you know, maybe he was very tense. He was trying to relieve some stress, you know.
Maybe he was scratching his leg. I feel like that would be a Curb Your Enthusiasm type of sketch, you know.
You know, maybe he misunderstood them when they were saying, "Come on now, Jeffrey, throw me a bone."
Exactly.
He misinterpreted it as, "Come on, Jeffrey, whip out your bone."
Exactly. He has a good work ethic. That's his problem. He's a team player.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, that must have been weird. I mean, the pandemic's changing a lot of stuff for everyone, I guess, even the perverts.
Now it's just that, but it's like the same stuff is going on, like it always has been going on, but now it's like with Zoom and you know, all the YouTubes and all the media and everything, and it's just more exposed now than it ever was before.
Yeah,
you know?
It really is, because everyone's watching because we got nothing to do, nothing better to do.
You know, I heard a story of someone who went to the bathroom in the Zoom meeting and didn't realize that the video was still playing, was still on. You go to the bathroom during a Zoom meeting. Oh my god!
Oh my god, that is like the worst nightmare.
It's really funny,
that's the equivalent of the nightmare when you like go to class and you're naked all of a sudden. You know, you're dreaming that you're like going to have a public speak and then you realize you're naked. Like, I feel like going to the bathroom while you're on Zoom is equivalent. Ugh.
Yeah, but you take it with you. But I mean, how do you take your device with you to the bathroom and forget to?
Maybe it was a very important meeting. And
video. I mean, if someone this happened to some woman. She was, you know, you go to the toilet
and no one told her, like, hey, your camera's on. Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have some university professors who are doing everything online now. And like one of my teachers got traumatized while they were like learning how to do Zoom, because apparently someone Zoom bombed their like training session. And so what happened is like some people will go in if you don't put a password that's strong enough, and they'll just try to destabilize everyone and like detract the meeting. And what happened is that they put a bunch of porn up. So like all these university professors got really freaked out. So now my grammar teacher, she has like a different password every day that she gives us, and she changes it. It's really cute. But
yes, yeah. And
it hasn't happened to me yet. I haven't gotten Zoom bombed.
Yeah. So I was watching the presidential debates on YouTube this morning, and if you watch it, the last 20 minutes I found hysterical. I mean, you know, you could have put it into a comedy show or a sitcom.
Yeah.
Hysterical. Like he was like Biden was about to lose it. Biden, you could feel him like it's so egregious that you can almost hear his arteries hardening and the wheels turning in his head, you know, and like you just feel him decompensating gradually, like his brain's turning to mush. You know, he called the Proud Boys poor boys, and then he mixed up his dates they're talking about climate change. He mixed up his dates. He said, well, we'll have lower emissions by 2025. And then later on in the discussion, he says, no, we're going to cut emissions by 50% in 2035, and we'll have zero emissions in 2050.
It's a huge difference.
So confused. He mistook 2035 for 2025, you know?
Oh,
now this
my
is what the people we want for your president. This is what we want. Like,
I feel so bad for them. Both their choices are bad.
And there was a couple of times where he backed him into a corner, and he said, well, you know, Joe, it was you and Obama who put those children in cages, though, eh? But you put them in cages in 2014. You put them in cages.
Yeah. I
like,
love that. I feel like I wish that the Democrats had as strong a candidate as Trump, because I don't think Biden is used to like just being likable. I feel like Trump has that way of connecting to like the media that Biden doesn't have. You know what I mean? Of like our culture that's like instantaneous. We want jokes. We want like stuff that's flashy all the time. And like, you know, Trump is a troll, and I don't think Biden knows how to deal with trolls.
Well, I mean, you know, he had his own virtual reality show for so many years, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, you know.
Yeah.
Up to what it was, 2003 or 4 or 5, something like that. So, you know, that's really where he made all his money. Yeah.
Yeah.
He bombed every business he went into and bankrupted and got himself into debt. But,
oh, man.
You know, he was a moneymaker. He got so much money from all these sponsors and stations and the state network. Like, you know, he made so much money.
Yeah, he's a star. I mean,
yeah.
I wish we would have had. I wish they would have had Bernie. I feel like Bernie would have been fun.
Yeah.
What do you think about Bernie?
At least you would have had someone more coherent, you know.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
With more
gusto.
Like there mentally, like you don't feel like you just look at him and you see the veins popping out of his head, and you feel like. You know, any second he's going to trip over his words, or is almost forgetting what he wants to say. You know, it's like,
yeah, he's degrading.
It's just like
before your very eyes.
And that's who they chose for their leader. You know, and you know,
and somehow Kamala Harris is like the vice president, but she's way more present, and she has a strong presence on stage.
Yeah, she's you know,
I mean, she would be better than Biden, you know?
She would much better, like a much better stage presence than Biden. You know, they should have nominated George Carlin back in the day, you know. Presidential candidate.
Yeah. Can you imagine him though, like meeting with the delegates from China and like going to meet the Queen? Do you think he wanted to meet the Queen, George Carlin?
He'd make a mockery and ridicule everything.
Yeah.
Every meeting.
For sure.
Everything. Just everything. And the media couldn't interview him. They'd be laughing too hard. They couldn't cover him because they'd be laughing too hard.
Those press conferences would be like open mic, you know, just he would do his own. He wouldn't get someone to do it for him.
Every time it's a show.
Yeah. But that's too bad. Maybe. Oh, did you hear in Quebec though? They're like nominating a stand-up comedian for PQ for the Quebec party.
For their leader, or for their leader.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's like a really political guy. That's like he's kind of a troll also in a way. He's like one of those comedians that's like really edgy for the sake of being edgy, and they picked him. So it's gonna be interesting. I always feel bad for that party whenever election time comes because no one really cares about them.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
Because they only have like a part of it's like a Quebec, Quebecers first, but like a bunch of Quebecers don't like that. So even within the people that they could reach, they only have a part of that population. So, yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's getting to be like they're the wallflower at the party,
Yeah, the slightly racist wallflower. It's a wallflower, like you go talk to them to try to get them out of their cage, and you're like, oh no, I don't want to talk to you actually.
It says, oh, that's you just like send them back. Oh, okay, go back to what you're doing before.
Go back. That's okay.
No, forget it.
Now I understand why no one talks to you. It's
okay. They have this conspiracy theory that it's. I first heard it like several months ago, and this doctor in a podcast, and she was like really emotional about the vaccine, like. You're going to come out with a vaccine. It's going to alternate your DNA, and then you're going to be less human. And then they're going to have a reason to. They're going to rationalize killing you because you don't look human anymore.
Wow, those are real fears. I feel bad.
So please don't take the vaccine, please. I love you, please. But don't be afraid. We'll get through this.
Yeah.
And just like
Jesus. Yeah, no, that's I don't know what you think about this vaccine, but it seems a bit rushed. They're going fast at it.
Yeah, it's too they're rushing it. Trump said, "Oh, but we'll have it out by the end of the year." But scientists are saying, no, not until well into 2021 will they be able to get it out and start vaccinating people. But
so I guess it's.
Oh, don't worry, the military is going to handle it. I mean, like the way he talks, and the military is going to handle.
Someone else is going to do it. Don't worry about it.
Mention any names. He's going to, speak to him, blah, 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 blah. And he's so flip about everything, Like,
he's such a character. Oh, wow.
He talks like a car salesman,
He does.
Like, buy this new Pontiac, it's okay. Drive it. It's got the bottom might fall out, but I mean, but it's okay. But it should be okay. It's okay,
Trump. Do you think he really got COVID, or you think it was he was pretending to be sick?
I have to wonder about that, because remember the scene, that time when he comes back to the White House, and so he takes off the mask and he just coughs. He goes like, he like pretends like he's casting for.
Yeah.
I mean, that could have been good acting. I mean, that was good.
That's like when you call in sick at work and you're like, hello, I can't make it today. Yeah. And then you hang up and you just go like,
you throw in a couple of coughs. Well, can't make it into work today. You know?
Yeah.
Throw a couple of coughs for good measure, you know.
Oh, wow. I have on my Facebook, I have a Trump supporter. Yeah. One of my friends, I found out, is like a right-wing Trump supporter. And whenever I post stuff that's like making fun of Trump or whatever, he always defends him, which... Do you have any of those people in your like circle of friends?
Well, I did have about 2 years ago. I did have a couple of people like that. One who I know. He's happened to be acupuncturist, and he did some acupuncture on me.
Yeah.
And another one who I went to high school with him.
Yeah.
He's an ophthalmologist. He's a cosmetic ophthalmologist. He's living in Florida now. And and it was like shocking. It was like really surprising. Just, but I kind of got an idea that he was right wing. Like, remember going back years before with the housing crisis and when the market fell out and the Fannie Mae scandal and all that, and and his like flippant reaction to that, I kind of got the impression that maybe he was like, drifting off to the right, and
yeah.
So
yeah, I feel like you always have like these little clues, but you never piece it together because you don't want to think that way of your friends. You're like, no, he doesn't hate the poor. He just he likes his own money or something.
They ganged up on me in comments. They ganged up in comments and they said, "Oh, it's astounding." But I wore him down. I wore him down and said, okay, fine, you win. I don't have the time for this. I got to get back to my family. Okay.
That's the thing too. These Facebook arguments, they can last like 5 hours. Like it takes
I wore him down after like 25 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever.
Oh, that's good. I once had an argument on Twitter with like a Trump supporters and stuff, and it took like most of and I had to research all my sources because the person I was talking to was like, your sources are not researched, so I got to make sure everything I was saying was correct, and like that was exhausting.
Yeah.
Exhausting.
Yeah. But things with that vaccine conspiracy, it's like for elderly people over 70, it's like they don't need a vaccine to alter their DNA. They're getting old. The DNA is changing at a more rapid pace. They're getting like worn down. They're getting old and ugly anyway. They're already starting to look less human because they're getting so old. And then
big words. Those are fighting words, Jeffrey. They're getting ugly.
It's a joke.
I know.
I mean, you don't have to. I mean, they don't need a vaccine to make them look like
a dog,
like less than human, and it's like people do want to kill them. Like, I mean, the caretakers at that remember that Heron nursing care in Davao? I mean, they let him die. Yeah. He said, okay. It's almost just the same as they killed them. Okay, fine. We'll let them die. And 30 or 35 of them died of COVID.
Yeah, they died. They didn't die of COVID. They died of neglect because they didn't have access to water, because the water is behind locked doors that only the orderlies can get to, and they didn't have access to food, and like some of them can't move. So they just, which is a really horrible way to go. Like, it sounds really like stressful, and I mean, I don't know. We're all gonna end up there one day, you know.
Like, I mean, you know, I don't want to wind up in a nursing care home where, you know, people are just gonna like, oh, just let them expire, let them die, or if people are gonna maybe wish I would die already. Would you die already? You know,
you're gonna keep making puns at them.
You know, would you like just die already? I'm tired of taking care of you. Would you just die already?
Yeah.
Like, it's like sad, you know. It's like, what's, you know, it's like, because okay, you get old and wrinkled, and like you turn ugly, and suddenly like the world doesn't want you anymore. You know, like, get out of my face.
Yeah.
Like,
except for Betty White, everybody wants some Betty White.
Betty White is okay. That's natural that's the aging.
Trick. You have to be famous, and then
but
people
that's natural.
still want you.
I mean, that's natural aging. She didn't need to do any of this Botox or other, you know.
Oh, you think that she?
No,
wait, you think those people in the old homes, they're getting abandoned because they're ugly?
No, I'm saying it's like because they're old, and well, I mean, they were afraid. Like at that one in Dorval, like they were afraid because they were afraid. They wanted just like neglected them. They were afraid of COVID. So I mean that's your job, you know.
I mean, it's a bit cowardly. Like when that happened, I signed up to be a volunteer. I was paid, but to like go take care of. They put them all in hotels downtown. Like all of the old people where the staff was fleeing went to like a hotel downtown, and I went to go help because I was like, I don't understand why someone who's able-bodied wouldn't help. We're all in this together. Like, this is affecting all of us. Why would you run away? I still don't understand why someone would run away from that. That's like if there was a school shooting or something, you put the kids in front of you because you don't want to die. Like, just be there. The person needs you. You know? Maybe I'm being too harsh on these people. I don't know, but it just seems extremely cowardly.
Yeah, but I mean, part of the problem is these homes are not part of the public health care system. They're private. So, you know.
I mean, the public healthcare system's not much better than that.
So, which they're public hospitals and public healthcare facilities, which there's also like a lot of neglect, you know.
Yeah, they're super understaffed, and like there's a real problem with like management in hospitals and stuff. Like the management, a lot of the management has never actually taken care of like patients ever. They're people with a degree in administration, you know.
Yeah.
How does that make sense? This is not good comedy. I'm so sorry. I'm kind of a downer sometimes.
Kind of like, but I mean,
I always bring it to like a very serious topic. We're just talking about death and like our own lifespan.
But I mean,
oops.
Yeah.
I guess that happens. What did you want to talk about today? I feel like you had sent me a topic you wanted to.
Let me check my there was that stupid conspiracy theories.
Stupid conspiracy theories.
Like conspiracy, making fun of conspiracy theories and
yeah. I feel like now it's easier to like understand the conspiracy theorists because the information we're getting from the media is so false so much of the time that when I hear like some outrageous thing that someone says, I'm still like, well, maybe he's right. Like, I should research this. Who knows? Except for lizard people. I mean, there's no lizard people, right? Right? How would they put the mask on? That doesn't make any sense.
Reptilians, yeah. This whole, I don't know, there's a lot of young kids that think, you know, with this things like, I don't know where they get this from. It's like nightmarish stuff, like
yeah,
the reptilians and the Illuminati are out to get me. You know, like, you know, oh no, oh no, Bill Gates, no, not Bill Gates.
Oh yeah, of all people are turning against Bill Gates. I'm like, he's been telling us for years to be careful for the pandemic that's coming up, and now that it's happening, people are like, he's the bad guy in all this. I'm like, what?
Bill Gates is evil. He wants to depopulate the world. This whole thing about Bill Gates and eugenics, you know.
Oh, jeez. He must be so disappointed in everyone right now.
Depopulate the world. It's like Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation. They're evil. You know, they're all part of this conspiracy. You know.
They're like bringing clean water to all those countries. They're trying to eradicate like children dying and stuff. They're like so evil though. They brought us like PC, which I'm extremely grateful for.
Like, if not for Bill Gates, like, we wouldn't have Microsoft. I mean, you know, it's still in the dark ages with PCs, with figuring it out, you know, operating system. Like,
I still use I downloaded a Minesweeper app on my phone because I miss it so much.
Yeah.
I mean, he came up with that, right? Minesweeper.
Yeah.
But you have pink earphones.
Just goes to prove that any Harvard dropouts can still make it in the world, become billionaire.
Of course, yeah. I'd say you might have a better odds if you drop out of school, actually.
Okay.
Because you have having world experience, I think, is better. If you want to go in business, it'll help you more than a degree, probably. I don't think it's one of those fields where it's not like being a doctor. Like, you can't just become a doctor. Like, oh, I'm going to drop out of Harvard and just learn how to become a doctor on my own. You know, you need the diploma, but for business, you don't need a diploma.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. He was just like, he had something that was too much, too intelligent for Harvard.
Oh, really?
But probably, yeah, like a bunch of rich kids came together and they have like their own like boys club, old boys club, you know, a bunch of like rich kids like having fun and like you know.
Yeah, there's something weird too. There's like a whole thing of like I'm assuming it's like also popularity. Like, if you're not popular, people are not gonna like your ideas. Which, you know. Do you think Bill Gates was popular?
No, he was probably a nerd. Yeah.
With his little haircut, it's still horrible. He's a billionaire. He's got a horrible haircut.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg, they didn't need Harvard. I mean,
no.
You know, they just went to Harvard. Nothing else better to do.
Yeah.
But they already had a genius that they couldn't get with a Harvard degree.
Yeah.
They couldn't get what they had.
Yeah.
From graduating Harvard with a Harvard degree. They didn't need it.
Yeah. There's different people. I mean, like, for me, I really need to go to school to sort of unleash my potential. and stuff, but I feel like some people, it locks them in and they should not be in school. It's different strokes for different folks, you know. I'm just saying that because some people tell me that going to school is useless, but they're the dumbest people on earth. I'm like, you should be going to school, though. School is definitely for you.
Says, no, you need to go to school, dude. No, you need to go to school.
Like, you need to not go to school. No, you need to go to school. You can learn everything through YouTube. Yes, but you should still go to school, man. Like,
go to school, suffer for that degree, just like everybody else, you know.
Yeah.
I got my master's degree, and I struggled through that master's degree. I almost had a nervous breakdown halfway through that master's degree.
Master's degrees are horrible.
Like, it was terrible. The anxiety was like terrible. It was like, you know, like.
What did you study in?
I was in an MA program. It was actually a new program, a new Quebec government program, a Ministry of Education program. It was MA in Public Policy and Public Administration at Concordia.
Oh, wow.
Concordia.
But you could be the next Valérie Plante then. Why don't you show up for the mayoral elections? Why don't you run?
Oh, these guys are so, oh my God. I don't know how I'd survive that. These people, like, so obnoxious and irritating. Oh my God.
What people? You mean Montrealers?
These people in politics, the bureaucrats and the politicians who run, you know, and the council meeting. Oh my God. And they bang my head against the wall.
I don't know if you've ever met a politician, but they do not look human. It is weird. They're like a Ken doll, you know, say everything you want to hear. They just look like a perfect version, like they're made of plastic or something. It's so weird. They creep me out. Politicians creep me out. You can quote me on that.
Yeah. Well, there's a few there's odd few who when you think you wouldn't typically think of them as politicians or find them in politics. It just like fell into politics, sort of, you know.
Yeah, I see.
It's like, oh, you're so honest and decent. Wow, you have integrity. You know, what are you doing running for MP? You know, what are you doing as Minister of Finance and, you know, or whatever, or
that's their whole persona, you know, is that they're a hardworking blue collar guy.
But they were just like, so like, wow, you're so not like the other, you're so like not phony, you know. It's like it's like they just dropped into Alice in Wonderland, you know.
I mean, it gets depressing at some point, you know.
Yeah, but everybody should experience at least one political rally in their lifetime. It's it could be a rush, I'm telling you.
A political rally? You went to one of those?
Yeah, I went to a couple of those back in the day. First one was in 1988 or 1989 for...
I was born in 89. What a coincidence.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You were probably just a little baby. Oh my God. Yeah.
Not even a year old.
Yeah. When John Turner was running against Brian Mulroney.
I don't know who these people are.
The Liberal Party. John Turner, who was running for Prime Minister for the Liberal Party.
Yeah.
And Brian Mulroney for the Conservative Party. And John was like, he was like so humble. I was like sitting at the back of an auditorium that was in the West Island, you know, and we were all bussed out. And there was like so many people that I was sitting right near back, and everybody was yelling, John, 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 John. And you feel the energy is like unbelievable. It's such a high. Like you couldn't do drugs, you couldn't do mushrooms. And get that kind of high from drugs, from doing mushrooms. It was just like such a natural high. The electricity in the air, the energy is like, and he'd get up and he'd kind of like, and you could feel his humbleness. You could feel his like modesty and humbleness from like 50 feet in back of the auditorium.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He was projecting his humbleness.
Unbelievable. A politician like that, you'll never, ever find a politician like that again in your lifetime. Never.
That's too bad.
Just, you know.
Did he win? I don't know who was.
No, he lost. He lost.
Maybe it was too humble.
They were.
You got to promote yourself, you know.
The whole election was around free trade with the United States, so that's when free trade first came out. And he was anti-free trade, and Brian Mulroney was pushing free trade, and he was like very, like assertively going up against free trade. And the debate was like, that's a real debate. That was a real like political debate.
Yeah.
When they debated each other, he was like, wow. Like you could feel like he really stood for something. Like he
was passionate.
Passionate and stood for Canada. It was like, wow. Wow. But I mean, it's, and then Russia, and then another one for when Jean Chrétien ran in 1993. It was in the fall, October 1993, and I went with MP Warren Almond, who was, he served as Minister of Justice in for the Liberal government. And he was like, you know, I shook his hand, and like it was like, wow, the energy was
you would have hired him on the spot.
Just like
it was a firm handshake. You would let him marry your daughter. Good man.
Unbelievable. Like you felt you could trust him, but I didn't agree with everything he did after as prime minister, but you know, but I mean, you felt like, you know, there's someone who was like really, really genuine, you know. There's
someone home, not like Biden.
Not like, hello, are you there? Like, it's like anytime like the push lights are gonna just like, it's gonna go like dark, you know.
You know, in Men in Black, when there's this guy, they open up his like skull or something, and inside there's just a little alien that has the controls. And he's the one that's like making the arms move, and he's got like all these buttons around him. Maybe that's what Biden, he's got a little guy up there. That's my conspiracy theory.
And like Nancy Pelosi is like, there was one interview she had with someone from, I think, MSNBC on Sunday morning that it trended through all over YouTube. And there was one interview where at one point he asked her a question, and just like there's a blank stare, there's a pause, and she goes like on a reset. She goes like, "Good morning, Sunday morning."
What? There must have been like that's so weird, like a delay or whatever.
The comedians were saying like, "What? She like a robot?"
Yeah.
What is that? A live person? Is that?
It's because there was a Windows update that day, and
it's like,
it restarted the whole thing.
Time to update your software, you know. Like.
You always get these updates at the worst time, you know.
They call it like a reboot.
A reboot, just that.
And it's like, old female politician, 78, 79, you know, like decompensating daily, you know, people even in the Senate and on the Supreme Court who are into their 80s, you know, like,
Yeah.
Like, you know, oh my God. it's, you know, it's just, and, you know, you could just be incredulous, you know, like just incredulous. Yeah. But here in Canada, they're young. Like Trudeau is young. Jeremy, he's young. They're young. They're still like, you know, they have, there's more life in the battery there, you know, they don't have to recharge the batteries every night.
I mean, I don't agree with everything Trudeau's doing, but he's still there. I mean,
and like Aaron O'Toole, okay, he's older, but still, like, you know, he talk like he gave a coherent, cogent speech.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe also the reason why they picked these people that are not coherent is because they're easier to manipulate. If like you're a big corporation and stuff, you're probably not going to back up Biden because Biden has a moral compass, you know, and he's not going to let anyone screw him over. Whereas I feel like Biden maybe doesn't really know what's going on all the time.
Well, he waffles. He contradicts himself, and there's inconsistencies, and he wavers and waffles.
I feel like you could come up to Biden and tell him something, and he'd be like, "I didn't agree to this," and you'd be like, "Oh no, you agreed to this last Sunday, don't you remember?" And then he'd be like, "Yeah, I remember." He'd pretend like it happened just to not lose face. He's not.
You know, one of the things the media picked up on was like, and the comedians in their podcasts, what they picked up on was in the first debate when he was asked about climate change. There's climate change. We'll do this. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. And Chris Wallace asked him, like Green New Deal. Oh yeah, Green New Deal is this, and this. So you believe in the Green? So you're in favor of the Green New Deal? He says, "No, I'm not. I'm not in favor. Hell no, hell no, I'm not in favor of the Green New Deal. What's that?"
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's talking about like oil companies and chemical companies are polluting when he was growing up in Delaware. And like the air was so thick and polluted and everything. Then he's saying like, but we're not going to stop fracking.
Oh yeah, the fracking.
We're not going to stop.
They talk about that so much. Is that really like what the people are worried that there's not going to be enough fracking? I feel like it's like as important on their platform as healthcare. It's fracking. It's fracking and healthcare. That's all they care about.
Yeah. Now he came up with Biden care.
I think Obama made the mistake of putting his name on the Obamacare. If he would have just called it like the United States Healthcare or something, it wouldn't have bothered people as much. They didn't like the name of a black guy on their healthcare. And I feel like the other politicians now, they want Trump care, they want Biden care, like they want their name on it. So that's why they're trying to mess with it.
It was passed as the Affordable Care Act.
Yeah.
But they want to throw it out. They want the Supreme Court to throw it out.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But there's nothing, but he never, you know, not with no other plan.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. A friend of mine sent me this, you know, like these imgurs. So she sent me one that looked like a cartoon. It says, after like he walked out, Leslie Stahl interviewed in 60 Minutes, last 15 minutes, he walked out and he left a big book. Here's my healthcare plan. And she opens the book and there's nothing in it.
I saw that. It was empty. That was amazing.
Blank pages.
That was amazing.
Blank pages.
Oh. That's politics, though. It's all veneer. There's nothing underneath. Jesus Christ. And it's like, it looks like an actual book that took like time to make and money and like machines. Like it's not just a bunch of loose leaves, you know, it's a hardcover thing of blank pages.
Yeah.
Oh, ridiculous. These people are ridiculous.
Yeah. So I wrote him back and I said, well, you know, that's if Trump had any clue about healthcare, it would probably die of loneliness.
Yeah, that's true. That's
and,
true.
And like, oh, it's just so funny. It's so funny. It's just, I was saying like, well, I like to do this, you know, walk out 15 minutes before the end of the interview, you know, so when you're having a job interview, walk out on your employer 15 minutes before, you know.
What? He said that?
No, I'm saying he would probably, like.
Yeah, he would. He would give like
say that in his speech, you know.
Oh, Jesus.
Like all his good advice, like, you know, about.
Yeah, he gives like little nuggets of wisdom for people.
Like using Clorox for COVID, you know.
Yeah, I know. You know what? His doctors at the hospital must have been so depressed trying to explain to him, because, you know, your doctor sits you down and explains to you what's happening and like what you need to do and the actions you need to do when you go home. That must have been an uphill battle. If Trump understood anything that the doctor said, I would be surprised.
But he said he learned a lot. He says, learned a lot. They're great doctors, great hospital, great nurses. Everybody was great, you know. Medication was great, you know.
What did he learn? How the respiratory system works? You need air.
Now he's an expert about how the whole thing works, you know.
Wow. That guy. He's better now, though, right? He's all good.
So says, now I'm immune for I don't know, maybe 4 months, lifetime. I don't know. I can't say.
People have been getting it twice now. People get it twice. Do you have it? Why are you coughing so much? This is suspicious.
Yeah. I'm probably maybe all this Trump talk, you know.
It's making you cough.
Yeah.
That's how you get COVID, is you talk about Trump too much. That's how you catch it.
Yeah, you've been COVIDified.
I mean, yeah. Maybe we all got it. We don't know.
Yeah. But you should run for a Green Party, you know.
Why?
Give them a platform. Give them a platform on your environments. Babies are bad for the environment. No baby.
Oh yeah, that's an old joke that I did. Oh shit, yeah. That would be really funny. That would be really funny if I showed up to the debate and just started doing like stand-up comedy.
What?
It's like they probably would like try to take my mic away or be like, we're not asking her any more questions. But I'd be like, listen, this is my right to debate this.
Mute.
Don't mute me. I will be heard. Reuse, recycle, swallow is very important.
Yeah. Okay. We'll now pause for a public service announcement, PSA.
Mm-hmm. Don't do drugs. What does it say at the bottom?
Disclaimer at the bottom.
Cannabis is not a drug. It's a herbal supplement. Government of Quebec? Wow.
Yeah. Was a maple leaf in the front and a fleur-de-lis
Yeah,
at
the bottom.
So
there was so many ads before the pandemic that that marijuana is bad for you. Like when it became legal, I feel like the government went on a crusade against marijuana to make sure that no one would use it, even though it was legal. But it was just so weird to read those things on the
but it's another
Metro. It's a what? Yeah.
Société du cannabis, Société Québécoise du cannabis.
Yeah.
You know, it's another société, so it's a society. It's another society joint. You know, started the SAQ, the Society for Alcoholics, for alcohol. You know.
Yeah.
You see,
and now there's
go past any SAQ liquor store.
Yeah.
See a big lineup. Everybody wants to be part of that society. Same thing with the cannabis. Long lineups to buy the cannabis. Everybody wants to be part of that society. I want to join that society. Oh,
you want to join?
They're getting high.
Yeah, they're having a good time at least.
They're feeling better. It must be a good society. We have to be part of that society.
It must be. It is weird that it was illegal though. It's not that bad. You know, I mean,
it's
people are mellow. They're not doing anything. I mean, alcohol is way worse, I feel like, in terms of damage than marijuana. I don't know. Maybe you don't want to have.
Yeah, because I never heard of somebody like beating on their wife because they smoked too much marijuana.
No, if you fall asleep is what happens.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
you don't destroy your liver because of things.
Yeah, nobody smokes like a joint or 2 or 3 joints and then says, okay, I don't know if now I want to go kill myself.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
Like you're high and you're in the city. You said you're looking for a bridge to jump off of. You know, like.
No, it doesn't happen. Doesn't happen. That's true. Yeah.
No.
This is weird. Weird. They should make all drugs legal, I think.
Yeah. I've never smoked marijuana where the end result wasn't that I got very stupid.
Yeah.
Or I crashed out, I passed out, fell asleep.
Yeah. For me, I get really paranoid, which is terrifying. Like I know some people have like mental health problems and they're actually paranoid. I don't know how to deal with that because I do not deal with that very well. I like
oh yeah.
But I feel like that's very mild. It doesn't affect anyone else. It's just me that's scared, you know, so then I won't do it again. Like I don't smoke weed because of that.
Oh yeah. Kind of. Is my nose still on my face? Okay. I met this guy once who says, "I just did some shrooms, and it feels like I feel very weird. It's like there's something in my face. There's something in my face. I can't."
Yeah.
Like you're psychotic after doing shrooms, like. You know?
Oh yeah. Well, it messes with your senses, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're bored, you know, what's the damage? What's the damage?
Try some shrooms. It comes from nature. You know, it grows just like marijuana. My friend in Kingston, Ontario, he grows it outside in the back of his house. He has like 5 or 6
Marijuana?
marijuana plants. Yeah.
They have a lot of those in Ontario. I used to live in Ontario, and like, because there are a bunch of farmers and there are a bunch of potheads there. So like, everyone grows their own like marijuana bush or tree, or I don't know how you want to call it. It's very strange culture. I don't think we have that in Montreal where people grow.
But shrubs, you can, like out in the country, like if you go out in Montreal, you know, you can grow it out in your garden. I've grown, like, I've seen hops grow out,
right.
out like in that area, you know, like in St. Blaise. And you could, if you got the seeds, if you really wanted to, plant it and grow it, cultivate it. Yeah.
Well, I feel also Ontario is in a very fertile valley there. That's why they grow the peaches there and stuff. So probably it makes some beautiful marijuana trees. You know, very lush. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, well, in the States, there's more and more states. Well, I think Wisconsin just recently legalized it, and there's a few states. So eventually, like more and more states will legalize marijuana.
Good.
Yeah.
Good for them. I'm gonna have to leave soon. I'm so sorry. This is such this is so nice. I'm really enjoying this. I feel like it's a very relaxing podcast.
It was a good show. It was good.
It really is. Yeah.
It was a good chat. Yeah.
Do you have a sign off?
So
what did you do at the end?
Okay, just so you catch Victoria on her Victoria Shoots the Breeze every weekend, and Salad Tossers, and what's the other one you said?
Movie trivia night. So on tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I have Leo Clark that's coming on Victoria Shoots the Breeze, and on Sunday 10 a.m. I have Ben Cardilli coming in on Victoria Shoots the Breeze. Other than that, on Wednesday I have Salad Tossers, and on Thursday I have Movie Trivia Night. And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter and everywhere. My handle is always Victoria for Days. So
Victoria for Days. Okay.
Victoria for Days, because there's a lot of Victoria content, personality, flavor.
Yeah. Okay, and you could catch this a rerun of this podcast on YouTube on my channel, Yellow Glasses Comedy Productions. And you could follow me also on Anchor.fm. Although I didn't do one for a few weeks, but I'm going to do some more episodes there. Yeah. And also I have a blog. It's the blog is https and then with the / gurujeff.blogspot.com.
gurujeff.blogspot.com.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. Good stuff. What's your blog about?
So it's a blog on, I call it The True Illusion. So I talk about where I talk about hypocrisies and politics, the environment, and things that are going on. Politics, environment, racism, and things that are very perplexing. And, so that's it. It's really radical stuff. And,
You sound like a Ninja Turtle when you say radical. I just wanted to say. You sound like you own a skateboard. This is radical stuff. You know?
Sounding like a turtle is better than looking like a turtle.
That's true.
You know, Mitch McConnell. I don't think we should do this right now. Okay.
Spot on.
Okay, so thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
And that's it. Thank you for to all our viewing audience for tuning in or watching this podcast.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
So it's JeffreyCast, episode number 4. Good night.
Good night.
And that's it. Catch me on Yellow Glasses Comedy Productions and online shows. Whatever online shows, No Line to Cross comedy coming up Sunday night. I'll be doing a show, and that's it. Thank you very much for tuning in.